I think that it's clearing out from the inside. You have to clear that junk out, and sometimes to clear that junk out, you need to say what's on your chest. So I will read you my letter now. Hello everybody, today we're gonna go a little bit of a different route. Typically I'll show you homes that I have organized and try to give you some tips or something like that, and it's been a while since I have even got on. But today we're gonna talk about more so mental and emotional organizing and prioritizing within your life. And I'm going to actually get very personal with this one. So recently I've had some issues with my grandparents. They're narcissistic. I have accepted that fact. And during this journey, it's been more of a healing journey for me. So right now there are a couple things that I'm doing, but a few of the things that I'm doing is 2 workbooks, and I also ended up sending them a letter. So before this letter, we had kind of had a little bit of a dispute. It ended up in me hanging up basically and just canceling the entire conversation altogether with them. Excuse me if you hear noises. I have a little biddle. This is Maki. My other one, Yumiko, is in there. But this is Maki, and she likes to do a lot. So say hello, Maki. I ended up sending them a letter, and a lot of the advice after I sent the letter that I looked up on YouTube said you shouldn't send that letter. It's not really gonna matter. They don't really care about stuff like that. And that was fine, because my intention, which I'm gonna read the letter, my intention of sending the letter was not to get a response or a reaction or even an apology. I do not expect that from them. It was simply a therapeutic thing, because I'd already blocked them on social media and my phone and everything like that. So the best that they can actually do is contact me through a letter, which if one comes back, I'll just burn it. I'm not worried. But I actually want to read you the letter that I sent them. I think that it's clearing out from the inside. You have to clear that junk out, and sometimes to clear that junk out, you need to say what's on your chest. So I will read you my letter now. It says, "Hey, your opinion will be that this letter is disrespectful. However, everything I'm about to say is fact. For a moment, I thought about rewording it until I had to hang up on Nana, and I realized you only ever see what you think is wrong with everyone else, and so your feelings are up to you. My mom may live and die on the hill of respect, but I certainly do not. My job is to speak the truth, not coddle you. You definitely don't concern yourselves with the feelings of others when you speak, so why would I? The Bible says respect y'all, and not to provoke us, but what's done is done." And yes, when I wrote this, I was still a little heated. However, I did actually revise this a few times, and I was gonna have my sister kind of listen to it for to kind of make it sound more respectful. But after the conversation, I was just like, you get what you get, and this is how I actually feel. "Your years of manipulation, lies, gaslighting, triangulating, playing favorites, enabling behavior, and more has cost this family in ways money cannot fix. And after this, I plan to get proper healing, because you have caused more than enough issues. I've watched you pin the 4 of us, my mom, aunt, sister, and I, against each other in some way, shape, or form, as well as talk down on your own daughters to people over the years. Well, actually, you talk about everyone, so it's no surprise. Your ways are very sneaky and conniving. I specifically remember Papa calling me a drama queen. However, he acts the most dramatic, except his shows in the form of anger, trying to make people walk on eggshells. That house was not a home. It was a prison with pretty walls, a yard, and a dog. Speaking to all of us like we are children is a thing of the past for me. Respect goes both ways. I'm amazed at the way you refuse to take SHIT from others and yet expect it to be taken from you. I find it hilarious that one minute Nana claims what happens between Papa and others is between them, yet somehow inserts herself in the mix. You only listen to one side and go from there, and that's why I hung up. I despise the ways that you lie and don't tell full stories. Yes, half the truth is a whole lie, and have been acting this way since I was a child. Honestly, since before me, but I digress. Don't worry, I'm prepared for you to talk shit about me as you do to others. I have decided that my man and I will not be visiting you. When we get married, you will not be invited to the wedding and you will not meet my kids. Because I refuse to allow you to continue the same cycle with them. I most definitely draw the line when it comes to the family I create. I won't even tell them you exist. Don't bring me up in conversations nor ask anything concerning me. I will let people know not to tell my business or they can be cut off as well. And believe me, this has been a cutoff type of year, so it will be as easy as breathing to me. When it comes to my peace and happiness, I have and will continue to cut off anyone who needs to be let go. This includes you. Before you think of things you have done throughout the years, do realize I notice every string attached to them. Hence why in my adult life, after the college experience, I never asked for a thing. Even that was offered with fine print. Again, I'm never surprised. The fun summers were in exchange for information and control of my mom. And no, she didn't have to tell me that. Hindsight is 20/20, especially when you act the same as you did then. As usual, nothing good came without a price. My mom wanted us to have a good relationship, and I refused to let you even meet my future children. She's too nice and lenient, but I know narcissism and this cycle will only continue with you. Maybe next time you decide you want to know something, ask the person directly, because when your story changes, it looks like you don't have the balls to ask for yourself. I don't see you changing, so I will not bother to give an ultimatum in vain. Besides, to me, it's no longer worth saving. I'll just accept the relationship, just needs to be let go. At this point, consider the bridge burned to the ground. This video is definitely for you. Feel free to look up the link. And the link below that I attached was a link to the Narcissistic grandparent video. And then I just said goodbye. The reason I am sharing that letter with you all is because I feel like many millennial families, especially millennial families of color, have to get used to it not being taboo to say what hurt you, even at the expense of, you know, well, it wasn't respectful. No, we should say it in a more respectful way. I get that. And that's just because I follow the Bible quite a bit. I'm not perfect at it. I don't think I'll ever be perfect at it by doing, you know. However, the Bible also says do not provoke us. So, you know, it's a two-edged sword. And there are a lot of things over the years that have hurt me. And like I said in the letter, my mother has tried to make sure that we had a good relationship. And I really feel bad because every summer that I came back from that house, she had to undo all the damage that was done there, because they are good at pitting people against each other, like I said. So in the case of organizing, I had to organize and prioritize what was more important to me, my peace and my growth and my future family, or staying quiet about what was going on and never saying anything. But I understand that cutting them off is what was best for me. Ever since I've cut them off, I've had some of the greatest dreams. I feel a lot more free. I did cry, do not get me wrong. It's not an easy thing. Like at first you get this high of cutting them off and not having to deal with them, and then all of a sudden you get the low of, well, that's still my family and I know them for all this time and, you know, you love them. However, I had decided that, you know, I had time with my grandparents. Most of my grandparents already passed away. I have already had time with them. The good times were the good times, but honestly, to me, looking back on it, it wasn't worth it, and I would never let my children be in that type of position. So there's 2 books that I had gotten. One of them is the Burn After Writing, which you hear. So this is the first book, Burn After Writing. I've already started writing like some stuff in there. I don't know if you can really see it, but I've already started writing some stuff in there. I'm taking this week before I start back up for nursing school to just really focus on healing. This is forcing me to be very, very, very open and very honest with myself. And then also a mindfulness-based stress reduction workbook. So this is by Dr. Bob Stahl, Dr. Alicia Goldstein, and so this is also something I will be dabbling in. Understand that the clearing out of toxic people, and I have to tell you, I've cut off 5 people this year. One of them I will say I do kind of miss, but that's fine. I think our time was up, and I think it was coming to that point for a while. I think it was kind of up for a while, but we really just didn't want it to be. But I've literally cut off pretty much 2 friends, I would say, 1 and, well, whatever, and then like 3 actual family members, in which I have completely cut off this year. A lot has changed, and you have to reorganize who you're around and who you let in your space, and just create those boundaries of, I have let you beat me down so much, you have to go. I do not have to be here with you. I do not have to communicate with you. I do have to forgive you for everything that you've done. And the reason why I say that is not just because of the Bible, and I know people point that out. The Bible has that in there for a reason. It's literally to help you. Why would I harp over something every single time I see you or have to hear about you or something like that? I don't want the inside of me to be destroyed like that simply because of stuff that another person has done. So with that being said, I will absolutely forgive you. It may take me some time. I might be angry for a while, but I'm working through that, and I'm doing this work, and I'm really doing it because I plan to have kids, and I don't want to ever pass all this down. Like, if I don't break these generational curses, you know, then it's gonna be up to them, and that's not fair. So I have definitely been organizing and prioritizing my mental health, my emotional health, now my spiritual health, and just really getting on track. I won't even say back on track. I'll say on track, on a healthy track. I'm in healthier relationships. My relationship with my parents is healthy. My relationship with my siblings is healthy. My relationship with the man that I'm currently with is healthy. My relationship with God is healthy. I do have more to do on my part. However, it is still very, very healthy, and I'm very blessed and very thankful. So don't ever be afraid to, you know, organize people in a certain light. Like, you can demote their position, you can promote their position, or you can cut them out altogether. You cannot heal in the same place that is dragging you down. Okay? So that's all I really wanted to say. That's the update that I wanted to give. Also, we did find out that I had some autoimmune issues. I have a date coming up for a different doctor, so I'll keep you updated on that. But that's why I have not really been on here. There's just been a lot of emotional up and down, and I have to prioritize myself right now. So I am thankful for you all. I hope that this helps somebody. If you feel that you need to write that letter, but write it with the intent of, this is therapeutic. I am simply getting off my chest what I have never been able to say, and that is it. Do not expect them to come around and apologize. Do not expect them to come around and change. Do not ask that of them, especially if they're narcissistic, because it's going to be too much to even ask, because they're not going to do it. They're not going to be able to do it. Well, I won't say that, but I will say that 9.9999999 out of 10, they're not going to do it. Okay? Love, peace, and blessings to you all, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.